Um, Off stream, I've been kind of sitting here, waiting for these guys to respawn, seeing what they are, and then having my thralls come in and kill them, and then waiting to see what respawns again, and then just killing them and bringing them back and respawning and trying to get. So I'm trying to get elders for the Felgarth and Elvenor factions. Um, but it's not been going too well. The highest thing I've gotten is a high magistrate, I think. Let me check my followers list. And this just serves another purpose because I want to get this, yeah, high magister. The Elvenor high magister is the highest that I have so far. I wanted to get. Let me just get the entire followers list on here because this may very well be the last time I get to stream on this server because it's been having a lot of bugs lately with thralls just falling through the floor, thralls refusing to aggro, that one um that one passive Stormhold purge that I just streamed last time. Um there's a lot of cool stuff going on. There's a lot of cool thralls that I have, but if it's going to continue to be like this, then I can't in good conscience continue to work so hard to get stuff only to have these issues happen because I had a Cold Embrace Empirus Knight knocked out, and I brought it home. I slashed home with the Pippi command, and then it it fatal errored me back to the desktop. Um, yeah, so that I already have a Cold Embrace Master. It's not like that was the highest tier that I had at the time. But it just seems like a lot of work to um to get absolutely nothing with the issues that it's having. And I don't know if that's just growing pains from the changes that Funcom has made and is making, or if it's just AOC's not quite as compatible with Funcom's game as they used to be. And it's kind of tough to tell what's causing that issue. Um, so in our, I know you can't see the global chat window over here in the lower left, but a couple people have been like, um, I think just one person, Rain, was saying that all the mobs disappeared on the Sahara while they were fighting them, and they just warp out of existence mid-fight. I've been waiting for the spawn timers to fix themselves for quite a while now, and they just haven't. Um, the goats will come back first, then the people, then the higher tier ones that I'm waiting on. And over there right now is a magister and a shaman, which I don't really need because I have a couple of those already. So I'm not gonna run through here with truncheons to bring them back home when I don't need to do that. Um, I kind of just wanted to stream where I'm at right now, um, with this version of the server. I made a couple of subtle changes. I don't know if I covered that stuff with the purge. Not really anything new at this space, but I did add another one. And I'm not sure if I covered that. So I've got a little bit of added stuff here. I took the bears out. The bears are outside the gate, um, outside the inner gate. So I've got. Okay, and what you just noticed there was just kind of a slight bug with me continuing to run after I pull my finger off of the forward key, which is for me the W. Um, that can be lethal when you're on a cliff. If you're running towards a cliff, in order to climb down it, it'll just keep you running, and you'll just run right off the edge. So I've got I've got named priests for Set and Ymir. I have Anasera for the altar of Ymir. I have um Hos Hosar, the archpriest for Set. But I just have the archpriest in there now because I don't really need to have them in there. And I could, once I get finished doing the upgrades to these temples, I could summon the deity because the server settings do allow it. Um, this is Jevilsog's High Priest, which is the best I've been able to find. I haven't had a Jevilsog Purge in order to get that. I don't have a Yogg Priest yet, and I don't know if I will get one. Um, but the inner fence is tier 4. And this is the progress that I've made so far. Everybody up on this platform that I'm gonna walk by in a second is I can't get to him quite. Yeah, that's the one herald I have out on the ground. So everybody up on that upper platform is level 20. These guys on the ground in this area are level 10. Um, these guys over here are the ones that I'm currently using. 10 and up if I'm not mistaken. 10 and 12. Yeah. The magic users are level 10 and the general and the commander are level 12 because somewhat they're somewhat out of balance. They're not all the same. They don't all have the same level. And that's because the Cold Embrace Master and the Vangul Warlord that are in here, if I can just get to this to pause it. Okay, yeah. So these guys here are both level 20. They leveled faster than the commanders outside leveled. Should be these two guys, most recent level 20s. Um, the commanders were level 19, and then those guys reached level 20, like a few units of experience before the other guys did. So I've been trying to consolidate a little bit, just to, I don't know if it's just me with all the thralls I have on here. It's causing all these bugs. So um, I took the 3 horses I had here and took those down and gave myself just one. Um, I'm thinking I might just get rid of all the soldiers outside because I don't really need those guys either. Um, dump out all the soldiers in my box in storage because I don't really need those either. Um, that's the thing. When I move a direction, if I pull my finger off the key, it will sometimes make me continue moving that way, which is not particularly good for my navigation skills. Um, at all, really. So, still have these guys out here. I moved the door fighter and door archer outside the gate. Okay, door archer, door fighter, and those guys are outside now. I never had thralls outside the gate before, like ones I actually cared about somewhat. Those guys are just soldiers too, so I might move. I don't know. I kind of want to just rip it all up, at this point, because I'm having so many problems with it. I can't find the higher tier stuff because it's just not coming in. And when I do try to sit there and farm it, it doesn't work. None of this stuff out here really matters. Those guys are just soldiers. That's not, I don't even really consider that to be my actual base. Um, there's a couple things in there that I would like to keep, but, the water wheel and the lumber mill took a lot of work to get. And the legendary resource, the grand resource mine, because I haven't upgraded to legendary because I just haven't had the time or the energy to care about it. Uh, hasn't really, it's never really taken any damage, and I'm not really worried about it at this point. But I just wanted to cover what I've gotten so far. Um, one thing I did that was really cool was this thing. In the midst of all the great swords being nerfed, this was an experimental greatsword, and it has 143 total health damage, which was actually pretty cool. When you crafted it, it only says like the damage will be 0. It doesn't tell you how much damage it'll be because it's an experiment. And if it goes well, I guess, then you get something like that. But if it goes poorly, you get something that does like 27 damage and you have to nerf it or try to put it in the dismantling bench. So I don't know if it's my keyboard just not interfacing well with not interfacing well with the laptop itself, or if it's just the game doesn't like me right now. But my motion has been pretty laggy, somewhat. Like it'll get the message too late that I stopped pressing a key, and it'll continue pushing me in that direction. Whether that's forward, sideways, it's happened forward to the left and to the right. I haven't really seen it when I'm backing up, but yeah, there it is. Okay, so it does happen when I back up as well. Um, just a bit of a problem, just a bit. Um, I think after this next purge, I'm probably gonna um, I'm probably gonna just like limit the base size to this area informally. I don't know. I feel like that gate's a good idea, and the defenses that I currently have are a good idea, but I don't really need to add any more, if that makes any sense. So currently that's where I'm at. I got plenty of resources. I've got plenty of thralls to help me get what I need to get. We got a lot of captains. We got a lot of generals and rangers and stuff like that. A lot of variety in this group, but still consistent high level tier 6 or 7. So we just finished going to the Temple of Air. That's another thing. Magic doesn't have a guide at all. You just kind of have to figure it out. And when you do, it's a lot of work. Like like Phaedra's been saying. And of course by Phaedra I mean church. And of course by church I mean Yogg. So I'm gonna grab my horse real quick. Just because I don't really know if it's gonna do me right as far as movement is concerned. Okay, I can't eat and drink while I'm on horseback. That's interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly warp to Yule. And these guys are just gonna help me travel east for a little while. And actually we're already right there. We don't really need to travel that far east. It's probably gonna be right up here. Okay, get away from the palisades. Alright. I'll handle it. Good. Level 13 now, I think? Yeah, so right up against this, on the other side of the aqueduct is somebody else's house. So I built myself this little bridge base. Because we're allowed to have 2 bases. And it helps, not have the purge hit the same base over and over again. So this is a bit of a decoy, if you will. This is a bit of a problem for me right here because I know these guys are not going to let me get into the elevator to see if it's going down, so we may have to go back home in a moment. Looks like it's coming down, but once again, they've clogged me at the door. So I'm gonna slash home and then put them on guard and then run around up here because I really don't need them at this point. As long as I'm armed, we're good. I do like having this horse better than the other three. Took a little bit of work to get the currency to buy that from the shepherd, but I did get a chance to use one of my hagglers for it, which was nice. Um, One of the things that I noticed is they have those guys, they have merchants already in the shop, but the thing is you do pay a higher price for items if you buy them from those merchants because you're not allowed to put a haggler into those stations because they don't belong to you. So I did go ahead and pay to craft mine just because it would be cheaper in the long run for me. Um, the price of that horse went down from like 10 silver to 7. Let me just consult my notes to be a little bit more specific here. Okay, so it was one certificate, 10 silver, 25 copper, 50 gold, or 50 tin, and then 30 honor tokens. And it went down from 30 honor tokens to 22, from 50 10 coins to 37, from 25 um, copper coins to 18, and then from 10 silver coins to 7 silver coins. So that 3 silver coin difference of price alone translates to 75 copper, which in turn translates to 75 times 50 of the 10 coins, which more than covers the 50 extra cost of buying the shepherd in the first place to get that discount just for that one item, just for that one horse. You also use the shepherd for, let me just go over here. You also use the shepherd for the automatic farms, which I have over here. And if you're going to buy auto farms and a horse, then it is a more beneficial exchange to get your own shepherd if you have a haggler because it makes it way cheaper. Now, if you don't have a haggler, you really don't need those guys up there to be built at all because it's not going to benefit you. But if you do, if you happen to come across one from your faction or from another camp and knock it out and train it, then that would be the purpose of that, to save you a little bit of money and time. Because I would have had to do a couple more runs through the faction room just to get this guy if I had to pay full price. Yeah, so that's that. We put those guys back. We can return. Okay. Made me take damage, but didn't actually apply that damage to me. Sometimes it doesn't want to come down. Okay, now it's doing it. So yeah, so I got these elevator shafts on either side, and I'm hoping that will help me to have this connected to the land up there, but I know it probably won't. I would have had to run foundations down, and it's not completely connected. There's a little bit of an overlap where it goes from one build to the other. And if I look at it just right, you can see it. It's a little bit way up there, but this is all one continuous build right here. It just goes up and up and up. Okay, so right here, you can see kind of the double overlap right there. That's where one wall overlaps the other. And again there, this is the um, main room of this build. Here's your other elevator. They're across from each other. This is the back side of that. And here's the front part. I'm just running into my own wind here, which told me that I need to put some across to gap a bit more. And I'm skipping a little bit, but I'm not too worried because of how this is constructed. So that's the main gate, which is still giving me a separate land claim, and my base, my home base already does that too. So I guess maybe they need to be connected somehow in order for them to count as the same build. And I'm hoping that isn't causing a problem. And if it has, I think they'd tell me. Because we're allowed to have two bases, not four, and maybe that would count as four. I haven't seen any admins on lately to ask them about it, but I feel pretty good about how I've done this. So you got your gate there, and then you got your little upper areas. You can walk around and have access to the second floor. And all of these have that too. All the ones over there have upper areas with stuff where you can put things on top of the ceiling to have a little bit of a second story. These areas are just enclosed spaces that I built because the bridge would let you walk off the sides if you didn't have walls here. So you got like your basic desks, basic benches here. Bit of a temple moment up there. And then you got your animal pen on top of the kitchen building. Bit of a crafting section, woodworking, stuff like that. And these are all like fully enclosed. I'm not going to run off the sides over here either. And you got your crafting benches and stuff like that. You got a nice little walkway tile in the middle. And again, you can run up these stairs and have a second story or a space to put like maybe like a table or some chairs or a sitting area or whatever. You can put your larger stuff like your Metro Temple or Emir or whatever, or your animal pen. This is my armored taming stall that I crafted before that I hadn't really been using, so I just put it over here instead. Um, you got your kitchen area here because this is all your crafting and cooking. You got your beehive going. That had no bees in it at all. I crafted all this stuff and brought it over too, by the way. I didn't build anything and then move it in order to share resources. If I had like started packing up stuff at my other base and putting it here, then I would have been split between the two. And I just wasn't a fan of that and how it looked and how it felt as far as resource conservation is concerned. So I got like 3 empty chests here on pushed into the bookshelf. Yeah, my little decorative map rooms for flowers and stuff. And those are literally just the flowers too if you look in the planner. Because I didn't grow anything in those. I just put the flowers in for display purposes only. And those are flowers that I have plenty of too. You got your little votive candles over here. Little incense burner, nice and fancy. Nice big fancy bed to bind to if I needed to come here for a purge. I've already got one set up. And mysteriously floating crude planter in the corner with a bush in it. And this is where I'm a bit disappointed. I can't build past this point because that belongs to somebody else. Um, if if I run in a straight shot through here, let me see if I can do this. Because this game might decide to turn my feet and send me off this cliff, which would be really bad. I'd have to warp all the way back and run and kill a bunch of wolves and do some stuff. But as you can see, you can just run right across if you don't want to do the whole open door, closed door deal. Okay, so yeah, so on the map from here all the way to here is my territory on this dam. And another added bonus to this being ceiling tiles instead of foundation pieces is that I can still aim at the floor and drink from it without looking like I'm standing in water, which is nice. So like I can expand, I can make this I can't run into that. That sucks. I can expand, I can make this higher tier building materials, I can do more stuff. Um just all depends on how things work out with the next purge. You can see a little bit of what I was talking about there, like right there. That bridge that you see is the beginnings of the structure that's blocking me from building there. I'm gonna see if I can't climb up this to get in there and show you like the bridge that they've built because it looks great, you know, and it's all cool. It's really cool what they've done with the thing. Um, I'm skipping like a bad record over here with the running, but so that bridge is too close to whatever I'm doing over there, apparently. Um, yeah. So Warsong's got this entire area covered with the castle and the big bridge and stuff. I like what they did there with the fence and the doorway, creating little holes. I might do that sometime. But I can't climb that fence piece because of I can't climb onto the bridge because of the fence piece he's got there. And I was wondering why he had the doors just open, you know. He did something really cool there with it. Or she, I don't know. This is all solid foundation pieces. And I bet you if you break one of them, you won't break the entire tower. You still got, defenses and stuff built into it. And this is really tough to climb up onto as well when you're in the water. You can't really jump from full submersion. So he's got like doors and stuff on there. All proper like. Look at this. He put doors on. That's nice. On a few of them, but not on everything. And still run into this. I don't want to. I just want to show you the bridge. It's really my only goal. I don't know how to get out of here. Okay, yeah, here it is. I wanted to do like a, look at this. Look at the visual of that. That amazes me. I mean, look at this. It looks so good. And this just goes right across to that goes right across to the camp. Is that him? Or her? For them? See that slide just then? No, okay, that's his guards. Nice. Tad. Nice. Nice. Well defended too. That's a good job. I got distracted. I was gonna talk about my base and why I might be taking a short break. Interesting that they changed up their they changed up the grain of the wood there just for a second. Creates a cool visual effect if you do it on purpose, but I don't know if that was the case. Not all their tiles go the same way. That would drive me crazy. I would have to have like bands that were intentionally like that. Look at that. Look at that nice little bottleneck. Where you gotta climb that piece in order to get on top of that. That's so cool. So we're getting a new person signing onto the server asking if it's good for new players. And I was just saying I think it is because they have a couple things that make it a good server. They have the slash kit thing. If I can get to the surface to breathe for a second. Okay, so slash kit gives you daily reward right here as its first option, right? That costs nothing, so you can just I'm still on cooldown, but you can give yourself there's like a loot thing you can get. Um, in addition to that, there's also a bedroll down here you can get, which is free. You can get those every now and then if you get into like a pinch and you need a bedroll, you can get one there. Not really buy it because Not really buy it because it's free, but yeah, I'm a nerd. Very much a nerd. Oh, not used to survival types games, but it'll be interesting. That's cool. I've got I've got two chats going right now at the same time. The one that's in game and the one that's in my Twitch stream, which really is making me feel high tech right now. Um, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to show the decoy base for a second because this is not. I don't live here. I don't have any resources here. I don't construct things and leave them here. I really just put this together so the purge would strike it instead of my house because I get sick of this happening every time, you know? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I've not been hearing good things about the test live stuff or the changes that are coming. Um, that's why I kind of wanted to just go ahead and stream to cover what I've done so far on here, on the bridge and so forth, because I don't know. This is the only character that I have besides my single player character, which really isn't one, because that's just me running around doing stuff and fooling around. You can see kind of through the window the main gate. I can't center it though because I suck. Let's just look through the door, shall we? Yeah, that's better. So yeah, inspired by the southern aqueduct build that church does and has been doing for a while. These elevators are slow, man. And again, behind me you can see they're not connected to the build because that's just kind of a convenient overlap. Uh, how's the stream? It's going. It's going. You know, I'm not world famous or anything, but I'm having a good time. So I guess we're not gonna have a D&D game tonight because we're still trying to figure out we're still trying to figure out what sort of a system we're gonna use um for the continuation of the Dresdenverse campaign that we had going on Fridays. Call of Cthulhu kind of fell through. And I don't know why I brought the elevator all the way down here just so I could slash home, but I'm not coming back, so this kind of doesn't make any sense. So I figured I'd just go ahead and
Hey, I just want to say hi. I love you, and you're doing great for your stream.
Oh, thank you.
I came in with the host, but you don't have notifications, so hey,
What?
I can't. I hosted you, so everybody that was like the three people that were watching me went over and saw what you were doing.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's so cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just wanted to let you know because you look like you're having a good conversation. But I wanted to come in and say hi too. Make sure
Oh,
you're doing okay.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of do a host and ghost though because it's like 11:30. My kid's gonna be up in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's been a fucking habitual ritual since we've been back stateside that they wake up at midnight every night.
Mm,
And then, yeah, we have to put them in our bed to go to bed.
understandable.
All right. You have fun. Be safe. Have a great stream.
All right. Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Serotonin, man. Serotonin. So yeah, that's the decoy base. This is the real one. I don't. I'm kind of just talking to myself over here. I don't really. It's every time. I feel so fancy when this stuff plays, but then at the same time, I'm trying to talk, and then I hear the jaunty music in the background. I'm like, can you pause for a moment while I actually say what I wanted to say? Because it's like a near field thing too. You know, you have to be close enough to it to hear what it's gonna do. So I'm sure I could like take these guys out on a tour of the town and try to like go kill everything. I mean, yeah, but short of that, I really don't have that many goals. Because again, this is all tier 4. Yes, max level is 120. Mm, my keyboard's just. My keyboard's not doing what it needs to do, and I think that's the problem. The keyboard's the issue. Game is the keyboard, because I've had my mouse just legit cut off in the middle of that, and I'm like, excuse me, I didn't ask for that. So this entire area has got fence uh, pieces and such. It's got a fence around it for safety. But apparently, as we saw in the last purge, this counts as a wall, which is interesting. Um, because things will try to pop up over here and hit it, which they can't. Nothing's down there except for the ground, which is nice. And I'm glad I paid attention to which direction the fences were facing and put them all facing outward, because that makes sure that the only thing that can actually attack this area of my base is going to have to come up here to these guys and attack this fence and then palisade and then fence foundation section to get in there, because that's literally the only way in. Couple things out here, and these stations didn't take any damage. Are you okay? You don't. Okay, gate guard 1 should not be here. I guess OSG didn't like the fact that the the max level is 120. Um, Maybe used to Paragon leveling. I had this thrall on the roof, and I don't know if they just came down. That's probably what happened. They came down like this to go attack something and then stayed down. But I guess that shows good things for their range of response. You know, purge times just purge meters just ticking slowly up and up and up. So I've added a few things based on the DM tools options and stuff like that. I have the experimental bench that I can use, and I have the Eldritch Forge, which breaks down legendary weapons into Eldritch Powder, which you can use to craft different things. Like sometimes people will be going around looking for fragments of power because they need those for a certain reason, because they give you feat points, those do. But I can go over here to, this is the alchemy setup over here. These are the alchemy nerds. Here's the kitchen and stuff like that, and there's the Eldritch Forge. And I know I've probably shown this on stream before, but I just want to kind of show it again because of the arts. It's so artistic. It's like it's nice. I don't know what thrall goes here, but when I do figure it out, I'll put it in there because I probably already have it, to be honest. Um, yeah. So once if I had more lamp lighters, I could put these torches on a timer, but I don't. I only have the one, and she doesn't cover the entire yard. She just covers that courtyard area. But again, I could go to my improved fireball cauldron or the regular one that's in the corner over there. Um, and craft these with eldritch power. So you can craft a claim token for an eldritch for with eldritch powder. You can claim blessings and all kinds of stuff, and infusions or micro pets or modifications. Um, there are some translocators that was pretty interesting. They can teleport you to the obelisk without the map room, which was pretty cool. Um, I don't really need the Eldarium stuff yet because I'm not there. I haven't really bothered to do Eldarium. You can You can also craft your wild call tokens, which you can use at those stable groves that show up on the map. I have found a couple. I found one here and one here so far. I think yeah, here's another one. Three. But yeah, so you can go over here and craft those things if you want with the Eldritch powder that you get from the Eldritch Forge, which I have actually used a couple times. It looks like some of the test lab things I was looking into is gonna add weapon durability to thralls, which nerfs the Namibian helmet somewhat, because you used to be able to use it for thralls, but now you can't. Okay, let's just stop that, shall we? All right. Apparently, you used to be able to use that for thralls and have them carry a weapon, use that weapon, and then heal it, but that's not what's happening right now. Um, so yeah, so far is what I've got built up. I might pack that music box up because it's getting. I don't know. It's not my favorite thing. Um, every time I walk over there, it's like, all right, cool, let's play the jaunty melody. You know, yikes. Um, so let's get some duplicate legendary weapons here. I know I've probably got a lot of them. Uh, just laying around. Here he comes. Church is playing Conan Exiles. I hope he's signing on into this server because I hope. Oh man, that would be cool. Get over here. Okay, the Eye of the Khan is 23 and 9, which is interesting because this is 35 and 27, so I actually don't even need that at all, but I'm going to keep it anyway. Uh, some of these things are from DM tools, so I can't technically dismantle those because they're the fancy ones from that mod, and those don't actually work with the Eldritch Forge the way the other ones do. Get rid of that sledge. Get rid of two of these axes. I'm gonna see if I can't grab the keeper from my faction to place in that. Okay, so we got three people we can try here. I'm not sure if this is where they're supposed to be, but I don't know where keepers would be placed if they wouldn't be there. From what I've seen in Better Thralls, I think Better Thralls gives you the keeper, which I think the only reason that AOC's got a keeper is because of that overlap between DM tools and the actual game. And that doesn't even have a thrall slot. I just did that for nothing. Uh, okay, let's do the strangely familiar axe just to give an example of how it works first of all before we dump these in and go. Um, maybe you'll get a unit. Yeah. So, but it takes like 7 in order to craft like one of those. Yeah. Sometimes when you kill Misha, you get two Misha spites, which is nice because it just lets you break one down for kindling essentially, which is great. This doesn't have a worker position for it, so I don't. That's why I don't have a thrall there yet. Um, I must have already tried that. I must keep trying to do it. And that's why I'm so confused every time I go over there. So here's that experimental bench, experimentalist weapons bench, and the thing I crafted was the experimental greatsword, which tells you it has a health damage of 0 because it's they're not sure how it's gonna work, you know. Um, the Dora slash pike thing that you used to have, the short pike, that's gone. 2 fragments of power insulated wood, obsidian, and star metal ore. I'm sure I have a ton of that in here because I've been smelting it down. I might see if I can make a better short sword because I have a great sword that's doing pretty well. But as you can see from number 4, my hotbar, it's not actually doing pretty well. I need to get my repair kit out and work on that. That's advanced. I don't know if I can use advanced on that. Can I? Yeah. All right. Uh, yeah, cool. Cool beans. Couple things in here that I don't actually need. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that bell in just a second. I just haven't done it yet. I don't know where I'd even put it, to be honest. I have a couple of these pets already that I um, haven't quite put down on the ground, just because I haven't really wanted to. I got a couple of spiders, and when I put them on roam around, they skittered forth and under the grass, and I just wasn't a fan of how that looked, because I couldn't tell where they were. And then sometimes you just kind of see them moving, something moving under the grass, under the terrain, which I wasn't a fan of. It filled me with anxiety in a way that I didn't like. So, um, eventually I'm gonna figure out this whole Twitch thing. There's a lot of like fancy stuff that I'm not doing right because I'm using the Twitch Studio beta, which doesn't always tell me things like it should. Looking for obsidian. There it is. Got tons of it because I've already been to the volcano without a point because I don't have any onyx cores made. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I haven't yet. It's so resource intensive because I'd have to actually like take the dogs out and go hunting, and I just don't want to because it's just me here, you know? If there were someone new that I could play with and help through stuff and do things with, then I could do that stuff. But I just don't right now see the point. It's just me over here. They just like level 50 million. They do not need my help. So when we try to go places, like our thralls just push each other out of the way, which doesn't work. Okay, I can't tell if Phaedra left yet. Yep. Okay. I missed it. I missed the notification. All right, that's my bad. It is getting pretty late. I kind of just wanted to start this up. And again, this is just another experimentalist weapons bench. Exiles. No, star metal ore, not bar. Excuse me. That should work. Alright, so health damage 0. And it'll start. It's working on something. I don't know if I want to continue to like craft all of these because it really doesn't. I don't really need to. I'm doing pretty well with the legendary weapons. But if these experimentalist weaponsmiths bench weapons actually work out to be better than anything that I could ever craft or buy, then that's what I'm going to start using instead of the legendary weapons. Just break those down for whatever they're worth. Yeah. It's not too tough to live here though. Once you get yourself settled. And it'll be nice to have that other base on the map once the purge hits, because it might actually hit that base since it's newer. I don't know what it goes by. Kind of tough to be sure. This isn't going to go any faster. Let me go ahead and put these thralls away. But yeah, I have a ton of thralls. I have a ton of resources. I have all kinds of stuff here. All kinds of utility thralls. And these are just the guys that I'm not using, that aren't in their stations. These are the placeables. Got a couple of heralds that I've been knocking out and getting when I see them. Uh, Still don't know what heralds are for. Still not quite sure. I think they serve a purpose, but I'm just not sure what that purpose is. So I've kind of been going around to different camps to try to get thralls. What I had been doing is looking for priests, and Phage is back. All right, great. Uh, I've been looking for priests from my stations here, so I could be the most extra and call upon a deity when the purge comes. But I'm not. I don't think gonna spend the time to level the the churches to that stage because it's just kind of a lot, you know. So I think I might leave them tier 1 for a while. I'm not really using them that much, and it doesn't really make sense to level them up just so I can call upon a deity and destroy it, you know. Because I have to use feat points to unlock that, and I'm already trying to use feat points for other stuff like the weaponry and other things. That's just halfway done. Now, I by myself could probably make a run to the unnamed city just to look around for a second. I think that's what I'll do actually instead of standing here. Okay, warp faction room. And when I come in here, I like to just run right past them and get them mad, and then just run this way, around this corner. Because the only two that I grow are the ones up top, and then they'll try to follow me, but they'll run out of steam right about here. Yeah, see, no one's following me. I'm just gonna run over here because I know where there's at least two pieces of fragments of power. There's a couple of in-game things you can do with them too. You can put them into the archives room, that one shelf of scrolls to get different feats. But there's not a knockout system in place where you can't get the same thing twice. So sometimes you'll get like 2 or 3 different feats that you didn't ask for. A lot of the venom infused stuff is kind of redundant at this point, but they did move the. I'm glad they moved the servants of Wraith over here instead of right in the doorway when you come in at first. So yeah, these guys hate me. Uh, yep, they hate me. It's convenient that I can bandage myself in this little hole, isn't it? Still got death touch going, but that's fine. Not here for that. I'm here for this. If I'm not mistaken, this is the... Yeah, this is the rock that I need to break off. Okay, that's one fragment. And then I can just run over here, up onto this, jump down. Switch weapons. Run over here. These guys are probably going to be fighting. Let's see what we got here. Officer, nice. I'm going to double back here. Ow. I'm not in your fight. Why you hit me? Sometimes these things can be a bit hectic. Mr. or Ms. Stabby Stab. The Honorable Stabby Stabby sometimes gets a little bit too involved, and then they hit me and then they hit the thrall. I guess what I'm trying to say is they hit me and the enemy at the same time, which causes the enemy to get mad at me, which is stupid because I wasn't even in that fight. I was just here. You got hit by that guy, not me. We both took damage. I mean, that's not how damage works. Usually there's a guy up here. Not today. Not today. Who all's in here? Captain? That's backwards. That the captain is inside and the officer is outside. So yeah, over here we look for the little circle in the ground right here, right? And then here, look over here, you can see the points of this building sort of line up like that, somewhat. And that's that second piece. And those are the only 2 locations that I know of where there's fragments of power just on the ground for you to grab. But a map would be helpful. I don't know if they're just always there or what. That's a soldier. That's a ranger. I'm getting out of this fight. I'm not in that. You guys are doing your own thing here. I'm not involved. Yeah, let them handle it. Okay. Get my torch out here. Because in this area, some onyx nodes. And I've noticed that they're good for getting uncut amethyst too, at times, if you're really lucky. There's 4 or 5 different nodes here. Yeah, you see that 25 units of that? I didn't have to fight anything. Get your star medal and go to town. And I guess I was really lucky on here because when I was looking for star medal, the admin was on and was able to give me like a bunch of ore. And then I found like 5 uh, star medal meteors that fell down as I was looking for other things. Okay, so just in that one area, how many did we get? Still 25? Okay. I'm gonna dump some of this stone so I can run a little easier. Not that it affects it at this stage, but I'm sure there are other areas to find fragments of power. I just don't know where they are. I'm gonna try for the double here, but I might not get it. Okay, so here's another onyx node here. That's great. I am just gonna be the runner right now and try to scurry to the Cold Embrace camp over here, Gorethorns. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I might. I'm gonna try. Usually I'll get out of the gate and then go the other way, just 'cause it's easier. They're gonna death touch me right here. This is the wrong spot to be in. No, they didn't get me. That's nice. Build up some stamina. Try to stay close to the wall. Try not to get hung up on the stones here. Where's the camp? Where's the camp? Should be just in front of me. There it is. Could just get to the vats of the plague. There's a sorcerer here. Climb. Alright. Now we're safe. A lot of soldiers. Can't wait for them to finish with what I brought into their camp. Sorry, guys. I have to lift a finger. They'll do it for me. Okay. There's the captain. That's nice. The Taskmaster. I already have 2 of those of my faction, and I have 2 more that are AOC. So I don't really need those. I have a Cold Embrace Haggler. I don't need that. There's the Sorceress and the Assassin. There's the Captain. There's the Archer and the Assassin. So I think these are the same ones from when I came through before, which is great news because I'm going home. I can check on that sword now. The one that I've been crafting that said it had 0 health damage to it. I doubt highly that's actually what's going to happen. I think it's going to be pretty high. And once I put a legendary damage kit on it, it's going to be even better. Okay, experimental sword. Let's see what it gave us here. Okay, 178 health damage for a short sword. Can we just take a second and realize how OP that is? That is ridiculously OP. And I just collected, just on the run while I was waiting for this weapon to craft, two more two more fragments of power. And I could literally just do this all day. Just wait for it to pop back up, go over there, grab them, use them. And this is just, this is insane. Because I could actually walk up to something and hit it and do damage now. What are we going to do next? Experimental bow? Okay, so the way bows work in this game, as far as I understand it, is the damage of the bow adds to the damage of the arrow. So if I use blunted arrows, it'll do 1 health damage, but it's stun damage. So if I pair that with a stun damage bow, then it'll do a certain amount of stun damage total, as far as I know, as far as I understand it. I'm going to try to craft this experimental bow, but if this works out, like hat trick and 3 actually work out better than average, I'm gonna be actually shocked. Um, I have a couple silver coins burning holes in my pocket. I have enough currency to buy damage um, units for this. Enough currency to buy damage kits to put on these. But I think at that stage, it almost doesn't even need damage kits. It needs a weapon fitting, spiked weapon fitting, to give it more armor pin. Because health damage is actually pretty cool, pretty good. Doesn't need more. Um, I'm gonna put a spiked fitting on it because 178 is the highest I've seen as far as damage is concerned. We're gonna do a spiked fitting. So 178 and 21 goes to 178 and 46. That's nice. Way better than this. So we're gonna put that on the hotbar. Um, put the Immortal's Quill into this. I'm actually really happy with that. I'll put this uncut amethyst in here. Go over to the drop box. So this is that experimental sword. Looks really normal. Really, really normal. It's really interesting. I wonder what's going to happen with this bow. Now I'm like actively curious. It's already halfway done. Let's let's take the dogs out for a run. They haven't been anywhere in a while. And if I can get them to, okay, follow, follow, follow. I don't know if I've mentioned it in a recent stream, but I found the name of um, that TV series or Conan series that I was looking at. I need to pick one of these guys to go with me. One of them. 10, 12, 12. Let's bring. You got plenty of food. You ready to go? All right. Actually, no. We're gonna put you back. Put him back. We're going into Scourge country, so we need to be prepared. Okay, so where I want to go is right about here, right next to the towers where the Scourge hounds are. Um, I've seen a couple double berries in the same region, so I'm gonna warp to Yule while we wait for our experimental weapon to finish. It's almost done. Could do a big reveal once we get back from that trip. Okay. Um, I forgot how far the Yule warp was from that. I can do a slash return once I get my horse. No sense in hoofing it the entire way. Okay, slash return. So my horse running key binding is my caps lock key, which kind of sucks, but it's not that bad. I'm just holding it with my left pinky finger. Okay, did manage to get both of them. Look at look at how much this sword is cutting down. I mean, it's like two-shotting these guys. This is insane. Not gonna let me get to the horse, okay. So we've essentially already reached where we wanted to get. I don't think you're allowed to put damage and armor pin modifications onto a shield, so if I ever actually make the experimental shield, that's gonna be an interesting experience because it'll it'll just be what it is. I won't be able to change it in any way. I don't know if there's a durability thing I can add to it, but I doubt highly it's gonna actually let me add it to a shield, so um okay, so we want to go this way. Work our way to the riverbank. It's a good time of day for this, though. It's good news. And we're coming out just where we want to be. This is a good spot for this to happen. Because this is the cliff face where I usually find those four scourged um, hounds. Okay. Calmly, we run up this hill, we run past this rock to circumvent the waterfall. And weaving through here, I'm going to go ahead and type in my /home command. Just so we'll have it ready and I can double tap enter if I need to. Out of this situation, there's going to be a cloud. I know my hounds can deal with it. But I don't know if these guys are going to trap me in a corner or not. I got one of them. It's already at half health. This is stupid. Is my horse just going to stand there? No, he's not. Good. You can learn. That's one thing about the horses these days. They know how to stay back. The attack speed of these wolves, though, like, that's 4. And I know there was a 5th one on the coast there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's keep moving, guys. People. These guys just walking around? Yeah, they're just taking a casual stroll. That's good. Alright. Skinning knife. Haven't actually needed rotten devil's bone meal for anything yet. Just getting the unstable substance while I still can. A little bit of amethyst there, but we get much more from the... I gotta put this... Does he eat plant fiber? No, he doesn't. You like other things, don't you? I don't know what you eat. We'll have to find out. Yeah, sickle, probably, right? There's another one, that's number 5. Let's open your inventory. You do eat leavening agent, okay. You're a weird horse. I like that the Scourge Hounds bleed green. Here's another one. And the Scourge Rabbit, crap. I think it saw me. It saw me. It's after my guys. I gotta get out of here. Ow, ow. They're gonna get that rabbit in the crossfire, watch. Run! Okay, now we're really in the middle of it. Comes a regular old wolf. It died from the cloud. Nice. Gotta keep an eye on that one because it's gonna be really tough to figure out where it died. Got some amethyst from that too. That's nice. Ectoplasm and unstable substance. That's nice. I already have several heads, and I already know where to go to get them. So I'm just using the skinning knife because I don't want to miss out on the unstable substance these guys produce. And that's 5 of them in that area, which was nice. Get myself back up to full health. Make sure my water skin's full, because we're about to go into it. On the other side of that bank is usually a devil bear cub or 2. There they are. Alright, hold the line. I'm gonna back away just because there's usually 2. And I want to hit this one from the back. It's very lumpy, isn't it? It turned around. You know what that means, right? This sword did more damage than them. Unless I'm just doing something wrong here. Stamina, stamina. Sometimes these guys will give you fragments of power. Occasionally, but not always. I always try to use a cleaver though for them because it's just smarter, I guess. You get the heads, that means you get more blood of the devil bear. If you ever actually need that for anything. Uh, I've not yet gotten to that crafting stage yet, so I haven't really needed to use it for that purpose. There is number two. You'll see me eventually. Interesting. It raised up on its back legs and then just went calmly to the ground. Good thing there's no PvP here, because if it were, I would have hit my thralls with that. Good. Before I even ran out of stamina, we got him. So yeah, less of a survival game, more of a um, strategy at this point. This is where I like to play right here, even though I don't really have a sense of purpose per se. I have a lot because I can just do what I need to do. I don't have to like keep dying and run over here and die and try to dodge that and die and do all kinds of other stuff. I have thralls that I can rely on. I have resources. I have a clear-cut plan if I want to go do something pretty dangerous, like walk up to a wolf, for instance. We're not friends. I don't know why I thought we were friends. Run back to the coast, even though I have a horse to take me. It's downright blasphemy, I tell you. Blasphemy, blasphemy, blasphemy. Something's following me. What's following me? Sometimes devil bear cubs take a minute to render in. And when you have an all-black squad of various pets following you, it can be a little spooky to see one of them run up on you, but you just kind of have to trust that you know what you're doing. Okay, that's a lot of damage. You gonna bring them over here? I was wondering what was taking you guys so long. You're in the water, that's why. They like to bug out a little bit when they're in the water. Um, okay, I mean, we could go up against Akuma right now, but I don't think that's smart. This is the lovely land of Wolves Hold. Nice. Just two-shot the elk. No big deal. Okay. I typed the /home command in, but that was before my keyboard decided to have a spasm and just and spam the H key. So I'm gonna kick that boombox in a second. I swear. I'm gonna kick it. I'm getting tired of it. I really am. Oh, I need that. Plenty of unstable substance, though. I had been trying to get myself together to, to craft the Eldritch Forge so I could get my Cranixium skinning knife so I could get more resources. But it looks like they fixed that so you can use the, star metal as well. I'll put you guys on guard over here so you're a little less high stress. To me, that was the definition of a successful mission. That was really easy. It's really good. Could just sit back and let the thralls do the work in that particular instance because the plague cloud will kill me and then I'll be like stranded. They'll just be sitting there waiting for me to come back, like, hello, you know? All this meat that we got from the bear. Let's put that right into the campfire and let it go. Dump out the pharaoh flesh. Quick, we gotta go run and put this rotten devil's bone meal into the refrigerator because we're gonna need that for something, right? Yeah, the list of things that I don't enjoy. Second place behind the loop of my jeans getting stuck on the doorknob is opening a door and it doesn't open, and then I try to go through it and look like an idiot. I hate that. I don't know if anybody else has that belt loop thing either, but it just makes me want to be a supervillain every time it happens. I just can't stand it. Like, are you serious? You know? This hurts me so much. I don't think you understand. It's so innocuous, but it's so stupid. All right, we got our experimental belt. Experimental. Wow. Experimental bow. Let's see what happened. 3220. Not too good. Completely unique except for its looks. Okay, so 32 and 20 is still worse than the cavalry recurve bow. So we can calm down with the creation of these things for now because it's not always going to be high intensity like that. I guess there's a randomizer and I got lucky with the first two, but we can stick that in the rare chest because it was built with rare materials. Um, yep. Okay. Got my skeleton key. Grab my followers. The squad. Now I'm not planning to actually get into a fight with the rock nose that lives on this area. I'm just bringing these guys for the shoe bills. Because I'm getting a little tired of facing those guys and then just like, here we go, it can be so innocuous, but it's just so annoying. It's like tax season. It's just like, okay, I gotta deal with you now. I did luck out on the sword though, so I can't even be mad about the bow being worse than the cavalry recurve because that's not even a legendary, but it's something I can craft. And this is actually pretty cool, you know. Like, I broke even as far as that's concerned, because I didn't just find those two pieces. The only component that I really had to worry about um, is the fragment of power. Really, that's the only thing that costs materials to craft. And if I think about it, I think I actually have enough powder to craft two more and do it again if I wanted to. Then I can figure out if the bows are just crappy or what. I'm gonna go over here, open this chest, and then slash home no matter what they're doing. The unintelligible, I don't really use that. Yep, good. We're back. We're in an area of the island that even if it does manage to get to the door, the thralls at the gate will kill it. And if they don't, it'll be good practice for the ones inside the gate. If it actually gets to a point where I can hear it, something will be seriously wrong with our defenses. And I don't think it's going to follow me all the way over here because I did teleport, you know. Okay, let's see what it would cost for me to make a fragment of power. I think it's 7 units of the Eldritch powder, if I'm not mistaken. With a named alchemist in the bench. I think with a faction alchemist, it goes down. The improved says 7. Regular fireball cauldron says 10. So that's the cost reduction right there. Faction alchemist. It's 5. I'm going to see how many units of that powder I have and see if I can't go ahead and make a shield too, just to test it out. Because having a matching sword and shield would be pretty cool. Even though I technically have the units of... I had the fragments of power to do this. I wanted to see if I could craft a couple. So if I had the regular fireball cauldron with the named thrall in it, I would be paying 10 units of eldritch powder to do this, whereas over here I'm paying 5. Literally half price to have an AOC thrall. So benefits like that might not be obvious to you at first, um, especially if you just start playing and you're like, I don't care, you know. I'll deal with the slower craft times and higher prices, but if you spend time on that first, it can make things a lot easier in life. Because essentially, this recipe is a bunch of stuff that I already had laying around and 10 Eldritch powder, which is actually pretty cool. Because those are weapons that I did not need anyway. Still sliding around. Let's try the shield, shall we? Don't have a position for a thrall here yet, so I'm gonna go see if I already have Love Tap or the Unintelligible. I think that's the Unintelligible. I'm gonna just go ahead and see if I have that weapon already, and then if I don't have it already, if I have it, I'm gonna put it in the dismantling bench for the Eldritch Forge to get some more powder. Just if it's already in the lineup. Nope. Unless I misspelled it. But either way, we'll probably see in just a second. Now that was Nordis. Good. Got a lot of different weapons there we're not really using. So we put the powder back. As far as fragments of power go, we still got 8, so we're doing good. I'm going to take this spare axe of the line and break it down because I don't need it. You know what I just figured out? I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I think it might. No, it didn't. It was a good try, though. This isn't an Eldritch Forged weapon. I'm going to go ahead and break down Hanuman's Gata and Hanuman's Gata and Axe of the Lion. Since I already have both of those, I don't need to. I'm just going to make the same weapon modification choices that I made on the other one. I don't really use the axe that much anyway, so there you go. There's a two-hander too for you. Well on my way to the next actual experimental weapon that I can craft. And they're not all good, so it's not that big a loss if it doesn't work out, you know? It's at least a chance to get something that I'll actually use. I gotta remember to come by and check that campfire because it's gonna be filling up my refrigerator on that third refrigerator on that floor. So hopefully, I tried doing the Did I not put the? Okay, it's in there. It's just crafting. Even with the several units of Flesh of Remembrance that I got from a couple of the runs through Jevel'Sog's dungeon, I can't do the burnt sacrifice thing that you usually should be able to do. It's not quite working for me. I tried it on the Ymir altar, but I need to go ahead and try it on the other altars. So I'm just gonna sprint upstairs. if I didn't have fences lining the thing, I could just climb the wall. But I had to take the stairs because we're civilized. Yeah, see all those units? I'm just going to take 3 out because I don't think it's going to actually let me put them in as a burnt sacrifice. Because I could do that. I could go to Jebelsog's dungeon and burn them as sacrifices a couple times, you know? The only one that won't take that as a burnt sacrifice is the actual Jebelsog Spower. Okay, Flesh of Remembrance is right there. Flesh of Remembrance. It's just not working. I don't know if I was supposed to get that many units of it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was with the tool I used when I went through Jebelsag's dungeon, but I don't know, something about the star metal just multiplied it. Gave me a ton of that stuff. Go ahead and stick that in the refrigerator since it's done cooking. Let's start over there. Put the rest over here. Now we'll dash back downstairs, fighting the smell of cooking meat, to see how this shield is doing. Okay, it's got a green thing. I hope that's good. 44 and 4%. Not not too good. We could put the armor pen on that and be happy, but this actually isn't full durability either. That's kind of a crappy one. Let's try to use a um, repair kit on it and see what happens. It should have a lot of durability on it. Can't repair this item further. 4514. Is it gonna let me mod it? No, I can't. It's damaged. Well, we're gonna slap that in the bin and call it a loss. I don't really need that, so it's fine. Okay, what does a blessing claim token do? Random Eldritch Blessing. Okay. Interesting. Haven't been able to use any of those. Rune claim token. Random Eldritch Rune. Which I still can't use. Apparently there are Eldritch Forged weapons. I don't know how to do that. Okay, this is completely on a whim. I'm gonna see if the Eldritch Forge will take these hearts. I don't need them. I can't use them for anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to put these in. I haven't the foggiest. I haven't ever needed them, so thinking maybe. Nah, we tried. I don't know what you use Heart of a Nordheimer for anyway. I'm pretty happy with the little base like it is. I like it. I think that's gonna end it for me today. I'm tired. I've been fighting the system all day, just trying to get the thralls I need to get for my setup. But I'm honestly not probably ever gonna take the top tier, highest level guys out again. So it doesn't really make sense for me to get the highest tier in Felgarth or Elvenor. In all honesty, I'm probably just gonna sit here. I don't have anybody to run around with. And that's what makes this game suck for me right now. Cause like I'm not on Red Church, which is an intentional decision. Because they're not playing with AOC, and because every time if I start building something they think is still hilarious to tell me they're gonna delete the thing, which is cool. I mean, you do you with your jokes, but I'm not with it. So, uh, plus the volatility of the stuff they have worked out over there is not really. I'm not a fan. I'm not really one for test play. With a game that's already got so much going on with it. Uh, I may very well just stop playing it, to be honest, because if it's gonna keep like I don't like the test live changes. Not that I've been playing in test live, but I have watched those and have watched people try to like, okay, this is what they're doing. They Why even have change notes and patch notes if you're not gonna stick with what you're doing? Why even tell people, oh, you changed this and changed that if you're not gonna say what you changed all the time? It's just like an inherent lack of transparency that doesn't really mesh well with me. And maybe that's just my opinion, but I feel like if you're going to put patch notes out, you should say what you changed. You know, okay, we took this X, Y weapon, such and such weapons. I mean, even just something as a blanket statement as saying that you reduce the damage reduce the health damage of um, of the Lemurian weapons kits or the Lemurian weapons. That would be a general statement that would cover like, okay, this general type of weapon has different damages now. Okay, cool. That way you don't have to like dig to look for that and stuff, because then you waste time trying to figure out what changes they made, and then like that's not clear or transparent. So it's kind of a problem because I know ASC made a bunch of changes too with the magics, and it just kind of nobody knows how to do anything. The pack gaming guides are all wrong. People aren't in the same place they used to be. Now there's new camps. There's all it's an overhaul. You know, that's not just an update, that's an overhaul. That's a fundamental change to the entire system. So, uh, yeah, I think this is going to end it for me today. I need to get some sleep. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. A lot of stuff to do. I got to find another game to play obsessively. I might get back into Minecraft. I'm not really good at it, but at least it's more consistent and stable than this, you know? I mean, cubes. I guess they go with what works, you know? At least they don't make big changes and then not put those in the patch notes. They're go for Mojang, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's not as much work. Uh, so yeah, to uh, to sign off this stream, let's go ahead and ring this bell and see what we got. If it's another spider, I'm gonna be mad. Jess Ann, a tiny cat. What does Jess Ann look like? We already have a tiny cat here. Sahara. Alright, we're gonna put this down just to see what it looks like, but I don't think it's gonna stay here. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, it's staying. I mean, I can step onto it, so it's fine. Jess Ann is adorable. Hey, I don't care what you say, that's so cute. Alright. Maybe we could use some of those micro pet claim tokens too. One thing I've been thinking about doing in our game that we're gonna play tomorrow night is, since I have one of my characters that just recently leveled up. What is that? Borington McBore? Wow. Another Borington. I think I'm gonna hate this. I think you know how much I love pets, though. Where am I gonna put this little guy? It could be in the middle of the floor, but that would seem really... Just put him on top of this. Put him in the ceiling. That sucks. It's such a small build, that's the problem. Okay, it kind of just lays there. Pretty cool. I bet it, like, yeah, it blinks. Bobs its head a little bit. Just kind of laying there like a little peaceful little boy. Nice. Okay, we'll set both the cats to curious just to see how well they interact. Now, Jess Ann is a fast walker, and I don't like it. You go back to bed. Cat's trying to figure out how to walk. Sahara's trying to figure it out because the thrall is right in front of it. Sanguine Seductor is like dancing right in the way. Right in the way. I'm gonna see if I can't move you over here. And then put you this way. In the back, yeah. That's good. It's a little bit of a tight space in here. It's not the most spacious bedroom. But that'll let me put you up front. You can lay down like you want to. And that'll free my doorway up. I think if I had shelves, this would be better. If I had like a bookshelf or something, I could put things vertically instead. I feel like I'm not even using the space like I should. Alright, you guys. It's gonna do it for this stream. Replace the Borrington McBoars down in the yard. I feel like it was pretty cute. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I don't even know what I'm gonna spend the silver in my wallet on. Maybe we'll do that next stream. Next stream, I'll spend some of my currency. We'll go around trying to find those fragments of power, or at least use those keys up, like the ones I have in my chest. We'll try that. That'll be our adventure for the last remaining day between us and the purge. But for now, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. And I'm also on YouTube. Anyone out there wants me to advertise for them, let me know. Trying to be a little bit more professional, get more contracts. I can stream more. I can play different games. I can be sponsored. Uh, if any of that interests you, reach out to me on Twitch or on YouTube. And don't forget to tune into the next one. And I'll see you in the next stream. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting me. And thanks. Bye.